Hi and welcome to the video on square and cube numbers. By the end of this video you should be able to read and write square and cube numbers and know what they are and how to use them. Let's start with square numbers. Square numbers are the result of multiplying a number by itself. For example, the first 10 square numbers are 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81 and 100. But why are they the square numbers? Well, because we get 1 by multiplying 1 by 1 and 4 by multiplying 2 by 2 and 3 by 3 and 4 by 4 and 5 by 5 and so on, the results of multiplying this number by itself gives you these red square numbers. Now a shorter way of writing these rather than writing 1 times 1 and 2 times 2 is to use an index form. That is a power of 2. So 1 times 1 can be written as 1 squared and 2 times 2 can be written as 2 squared and 3 squared and 4 squared, 5 squared and so on. But why square? Why not triangle? Why not pentagonal? Why not something else? Well, let's take a look at some diagrams. This here is a dot. It is 1 dot high by 1 dot wide. What does that mean? It means that I have just 1 dot. Now that's not really all that inspiring, but what happens when we look at a 2 by 2 dot? See, this is a square made up of 2 by 2 dots. All in total, we have 4. This is a square made up of 3 by 3 dots. And if I counted up all the dots, I would have 9. This is a square made up of 4 dots by 4 dots. Altogether, I have 16 dots. You see, square numbers are found by creating a square out of dots and filling it in so that you have an entire square made up. So if I had a square that was 10 by 10, I wouldn't have to count all the dots. I could just say that 10 squared was 100. So what about cube numbers? You see, cube numbers are very similar. They're the result of multiplying a number by itself 3 times instead of just 2. Here are the first 10 cube numbers. They get quite big. Now these are cube numbers because these are the results of multiplying the numbers by themselves 3 times. This is important to note that this is not 1 times 3 or 2 times 3 or 3 times 3. We are multiplying them by themselves 3 times. So to write them in index form, we would not use a power of 2 but a power of 3. 1 cubed is 1 to the power of 3. 2 cubed is 2 to the power of 3, and so on. Why cube numbers though? Why not some other shape? Well, here is a cube, and 1 times 1 times 1 gives you 1. It is 1 wide, 1 deep, and 1 high. Here is the next cube number. It is 8. It is 2 wide, 2 deep, and 2 high. Altogether I have 8 cubes. 3 by 3 by 3, I have 27 cubes. 4 by 4 by 4, I have 64, and so on. Squares and cubes are used to make our lives easier with much bigger numbers being multiplied by themselves. So what should you write for this lesson? Well, I'd like you to write out what a square number is and what all the square numbers are, at least for the first 10, and do the same thing for cube numbers. Pause the video and make sure you get all the notes down. This will help you when you get into the exercise. And that's it. Hopefully you understand how to read and write square numbers and know exactly what they are and where they come from. Thank you.